Hello, I'm Madison Shakespeare, a proud Gadigal saltwater woman from the east coast of Australia. I'm here today to yarn to you about Yarncountry. Yarncountry is a software platform within the app MAPIMO, MAPIMO, and you can download it at your app store today. There's also an online version if that's more convenient for you. Yarncountry was co-designed with Dr. Michelle Catanzaro, Dr. Katrina Sandbach, and myself. Yarncountry cares about how you feel and provides you with an opportunity to express those feelings. You can choose up to 3 feelings, enter those, and relate them to specific places. So there's a beautiful nexus drawn between place and how you feel. We argue this harnesses Indigenous methodologies, certainly by privileging and promoting knowing through feeling, and indeed knowing through doing and being. So download it today. You can use it as a guest or you can register an account. But even if you do register an account, your details are not identified online when you choose to make posts. Don't forget to take advantage of the many features of this app. You can take photographs and upload them. You can provide annotations, short comments about why you connect, if you don't connect to a place. You can read other people's posts and engage in cross-cultural yarning with them. The terms and conditions have been written explicitly to ensure that we can achieve culturally safe yarning environments, prioritising feeling over written word, providing opportunities of visual narratives, ensures that Yarncountry and MAPIMO itself is a forum of cross-cultural communication, places of belonging that don't privilege dominant language like English, that don't rely on exceptional English literacy skills. We want everybody involved in our yarning forum. Look forward to seeing you in Yarncountry. Yarncountry can also be used in research. I've run a number of Yarncountry research workshops on country, and these have offered participants access to First Nations perspectives about the natural environment, an opportunity to learn about cultural knowledges and practices of Australia's First Peoples, understanding of custodianship of country from an Australian Aboriginal perspective, opportunities to share yarning on country, connect with the natural environment around them, and understand how holistic well-being is realised by Indigenous Australians through connection to country. These workshops also offer participants and other stakeholders opportunities to ask questions about Indigenous Australian culture, protocol, knowledges and practices. Using Yarncountry in such a way as a research method and indeed as a methodological approach is harnessing Indigenous-led practice in your research. This is certainly very valuable in creating interface research opportunities with other stakeholders who bring with them different cultural knowledges and practices. Fundamentally, Yarncountry research workshops that are led by a First Nation person also offer opportunities to privilege and promote First Nations ways of knowing, being and doing. Understanding these epistemologies whilst on country also provides opportunity for research participants and stakeholders to understand notions like our Indigenous worldview, our connection to country, our relationality. Yarncountry values how you feel. It's created around culturally safe contexts of sharing understandings of country through feeling. Yarncountry is about creating environments of cross-cultural yarning. And now a very quick overview of how to use Yarncountry. Step 1, download MAPIMO, M-A-P-I-M-O, from your App Store. And then choose Yarncountry Project. Then you can continue as a guest, or you can create an account. If you've already created an account, then you just log in. Please note that if you do create an account, it does not show your identity when you're making posts online. So you can actually use an account that you've established as a way of tracking places that you've been to and looking at posts that you may have made. If you want to be able to quickly find where you are on the map when you open up your app, then click Allow MAPIMO to know your location. You may also need to go into your settings in your phone and allow it to know your location in there. And indeed, there are different levels usually, so you can allow it to know your location when you're using the app, all of the time or none of the time. Then have a peruse. Look at the different dots and see what people have posted. You'll note that the colour of the dots identify 3 emotions, 3 feelings that have been selected. So I've opened up an example here at Rose Bay, and the person who made this post was feeling empowered and happy and content. They've also posted a photograph. To be able to see the details of this post, you click on View Reports. You can also contribute to this post. So you may have been to this location. Perhaps you didn't feel empowered, happy and or content. So you can post an alternate comment. Now we're going to look at how to add a post. If you've allowed MAPIMO to know your location, you should find a drop pin approximately where you are on country. If you haven't, that's okay. What you need to do is scroll around and find your location. Once you've found where you want to add a post, then simply move that drop pin just a little distance and an option will come up to Add a Report. Click Add a Report and then you will find that you have options of selecting up to 3 feelings, emotions. The minimum number of emotions that you need to add is 1. Then follow the prompts. You can add more information if you would like to. If you do select that, you'll be asked if you feel a connection to the place. Perhaps you do. Yes, no, or you also have an option to not say. You may add a photo and also a few words about the place and or how you're feeling, whatever observations you want to place in there. And then click Complete Report. To be able to have your post accepted into the Yarning Forum and shown to the world at large, you do have to accept the terms and conditions. To read the terms and conditions, click on Acceptance of Terms and Conditions and it will open up and show you what they are. If you do accept them and then click the button that says Publish, in a couple of seconds your post should indeed be published to the world at large. Whether you be in Sydney, New South Wales or somewhere else in Australia, come and join our yarn community and see how others are feeling